In New Testament times, there were just as many unwanted babies as today. This was due to poor birth control methods and a sexual free-for-all that makes modern societies look prudish. Abortion was rarely practiced because it was dangerous for the mother. Instead, the solution to the problem of an unwanted child was infanticide. The baby was born normally and then exposed. Exposed originally meant leaving an unwanted baby on a hillside for the child's fate to be decided by the gods. When Roman life became urbanized, you couldn't covertly leave a crying infant in a quiet street, so the baby would be smothered before being thrown out. When Gentiles became Christians, they had to learn a whole new lifestyle, just as a modern convert may have to adopt new standards of sexual morality. The first church council, described in Acts 15, decided that Gentiles needed a crash course on morality in 4 essential areas. And they summarised these in just 4 memorable and pithy words, which aren't quite so pithy in translation: idol offerings, sexual immorality, blood, i.e. bloodshed or possibly eating blood, and something called pniktos. The first 3 would be recognised by all Jews as the 3 most heinous sins: idolatry, sexual immorality, and bloodshed. Jews regarded these as mortal sins because they believed that any of God's laws could be broken if life was in danger, your life or someone else's, but never these 3 laws. Gentiles thought differently. Idolatry is what glued Roman society together. You joined in with lots of religions. Sexual immorality was officially frowned on, but the number of brothels and affairs shows that Roman morality was very flexible. Bloodshed was a normal spectator sport. Gladiators fought to the death, and the right of any slave owner was to dispose of his property in any way he wished. But the 4th word, pniktos, is mysterious because the word is so rare. Bible translators assumed it meant to strangle. However, strangle was not a way to kill animals. Birds' necks were broken, and it's very hard to strangle a sheep or an ox. For an academic study, I looked up every occurrence of pniktos in the whole of ancient Greek literature on a massive computer database. Every author, except one, used it as a specialist culinary term that could be best translated as smothered meat. It referred to baby animals who were smothered as soon as they were born, because this produced the tenderest meat possible, rather like an extreme version of suckling pig. In the context of the other 3 mortal sins, this prohibition of smothering is clear. Do not smother babies. Like the 3 other sins, infanticide was common and acceptable in the Gentile world, but it's absolutely abhorrent to Jews and Christians. The Church Council sent representatives to expound these 4 words and to urge all believers to memorize them. And they were very successful. The early church stood out in the ancient world as the people who rejected idol worship, sexual immorality, bloodshed, and infanticide. Modern society has learned, largely from Jesus, that children have full human rights. However, somehow we've managed to concede that a fetus is not a child, so it's not due the same legal protection. Perhaps this is because churches in the past often condemned those who were accidentally pregnant, instead of offering to take care of the child. So the best way to change society's views about abortion may not be by making stronger laws, but by continuing to provide adoption agencies and give support for those who are facing the crisis of an unplanned pregnancy with Jesus' practical love. Then society will hopefully realise that life itself is precious, even before it's born. God bless.